Hi, everybody. I'm back here again to talk with my friends. I guess by now everybody would have picked up that red is my favorite color. I find that I am often wearing red whenever I sit here to talk. For some odd reason, I just end up in red because I really do love red, and I think red likes me too, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so I'm really very tired, but I just thought that I just wanted to touch base with my friends, you know, and say something about what's going on around us. There's so many things happening around us, and some of them we're aware of, and some of them we're not. But whatever it is that is going on with you, just rest assured that there's a God up above who cares about you. And there is somebody someplace, even one person, that really does care about you. So, you can talk to somebody about what's going on. Sometimes you feel that there isn't anybody that you can talk to, but really and truly, there is always somebody somewhere. I guess sometimes we find it difficult to talk to people about our problems because we think that we're the only ones, and whatever it is that is bothering us, we're embarrassed about it. Excuse me. We're embarrassed about it, and so we don't want to talk. But I've said so in a number of videos before that you need to be able to talk to somebody about what is happening with you. This is how depression starts. When you have a problem and it's bugging you and you keep it to yourself and you're not talking about it, and it is weighing heavily on you. And sometimes, even if there is not a solution for the problem immediately, just talking about it to somebody will make a difference. It feels like a burden is lifted off your shoulders because it's as though you're not carrying it alone anymore. Somebody is helping you to carry it. You have to get to the point sometimes where it doesn't matter if the person wants to tell anybody else, because sometimes even if they tell somebody else, it frees you up because you realize that somebody else knows, and to heck with it, they know. So what? So you're not suffering, you're not feeling the guilt of knowing that you're just there with your problem, not telling anybody about it. It might be financial, it might be a relationship problem, it might be a health issue, it might be something that has to do with your integrity, whatever it is. It might be your job, you know. So many things happening around us, and so many things that are affecting us, and it ultimately affects our health, our relationship with others, our relationship with God. So this is why sometimes when things are happening with you, you just need to talk about it. And sometimes God sends you somewhere to talk about it, and you didn't even realize, and then the problem gets solved. Yes, God works in mysterious ways, his wonders to perform. And sometimes we just need to talk because somebody somewhere is experiencing the same problem, and you're finding enough courage to talk about it helps somebody else to be able to talk about what it is that is bothering them, and so they can make a move to do something. It is not a nice thing to be depressed. Thank God I've never really found myself in that state, a state of depression. I mean, I get saddened sometimes, but it doesn't last. I guess it's because of my personality. And I think that is a gift from God also, because I've been through so many things. I remember one time that somebody said to me that I have an uncanny way of bouncing back. But I think it's just God. It's just God's goodness toward me. And so I'm able to not allow it to be a burden to me. And I find joy in making other people happy, even when I'm experiencing my time, you know, when I'm having my problems and all of that. because sometimes people see you going along and they think that everything is kosher and you're smiling and you're being happy and they think that all is well and you don't have any problems. It's a pity they wouldn't know, but it's just how you handle it. And I want to encourage you to get to the point where you can handle these problems. Your relationship with God will make a difference in how you handle the problems. And if you have not got to that point yet where you have a relationship with God that will enable you to handle the problems, try and find somebody that you can talk to, you know, even if you have to write a letter, send a text message, or do a voice note because you think you're not able to face somebody. But the amount of things that are happening in our society now, you can't just sit back and just allow everything to burden you. If you have a financial problem, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. There's so many people who have some serious financial problems, and look here, it isn't anything that they have done per se, so it isn't anything to be embarrassed about. I'm not even sure how I'm to say it, but I'm saying if you don't have money, that's not a crime, that's not a problem. It isn't a problem. So many people are out of pocket these days. You don't allow it to bother you, and if you need help you can ask, and people understand. And sometimes you sit there and you're judging somebody and saying, oh no, I can't ask this person because they're not going to help me and they're going to know my business. It doesn't matter. If you need help, you need help. Ask for it. You can only know if you will get it when you've asked. If you have a health issue, and I don't know why you would be afraid to share that something is the matter with you, because you never brought it down on yourself unless you were being deliberately careless. And even so, you can talk to somebody about it. Why are you suffering alone? I remember somebody told me that this lady developed breast cancer and she was living in the house with her family, and she wouldn't talk about it. And she's not going to the doctor. Apparently it scared her so much that she became immobilized. She became passive. She wasn't doing anything about it. And you know what happened? By the time she started to think that maybe she needed to talk to somebody, she was on her way out, because after a while her family noticed that she had withdrawn. She wasn't talking to anybody, and the breast had started to spoil, and they got a bad odor coming from her room emanating. And I'm saying, how could she sit there with it and not say anything? And when somebody called the doctor and she was now ready to do something, it was too late. Like, the doctor came and she died within a few days after he had seen her, because it was just too bad. You know, if you have a health issue, please go see the doctor or talk to somebody about it so that they can take you to the doctor if you are afraid to find out. Because lots of times people are afraid of the diagnosis that they will get, and so they don't talk about what is happening. But that's not the best way, especially if you really want to be well. Talk to somebody about it, you know. And if it is that you're in some kind of a problem with somebody, talk about it. Just talk about it. Find somebody to talk to. It's time we stop being embarrassed about what is happening in our lives and just let it go. Just talk about it. If 2 or 3 people knows, it won't kill you. And if they want to go and talk about it, tough. It's their business if they want to talk and let themselves down. But it is important that if there is something that is eating you, something that is making you miserable, something that is depressing you, something that is driving you crazy, you need to talk about it. I'm encouraging you tonight to find somebody to talk to about whatever it is that is bothering you. And you know that Christmas time is coming up. This is a wonderful time of year that I really love, but at this point in time too, some people get very depressed because Christmas is family time, and some people really don't have family and they're all alone when somebody else is having a wonderful time. And I think now that it is the pandemic time, that makes matters worse. That make matters worse because when everybody else is having a wonderful time, dinner, relaxation, going out, eating, that kind of thing, well, they're not going to be going out nowadays, staying home and having fun with family. They're all alone. Please remember those persons who do not have family and share what you have with them. And if you're in a position to invite them over, please do so. God will bless you and you'll make somebody happy. So that is my little piece that I have to share with you tonight. And I look forward to talking with you again. So remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment if you will. And I'll see you next time. I'm tired and I'm seeing that it is showing, but I just needed to talk with you. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye.